aim for America? What do you see Obama's vision for America in the next few years?
Okay, well, now, first of all, Hitler was raised by the Thule, or Thule Society, which is a secret occult order that was making contact with the higher masters on the other side. This is the same Luciferian belief system that was promoted by Madame Blavatsky, the idea of a hierarchy of hidden masters, and therefore a hierarchy of reincarnation, so certain bloodlines are ruling supreme. So that's where Hitler's beliefs came from, and his power, and the very fact that he was being used in rituals to incarnate a particular entity into his body. This comes through different testimonies of people that were close to Hitler, that he was a completely different man when he was incarnating this being. He was a very meek man off stage and very dynamic on stage. You will find very similar effects with Obama.
Right.
What I see is that Obama is going to be our Morgan Freeman. He is going to be here to save the planet, like he said. You know, I'm actually from the planet Krypton, and my father Jor-El sent me to save the planet. And that's what Barack said. Which Barack, I should mention, in Hebrew does mean lightning, and there's a whole bunch of connections for him being Satan, lightning. You know.
Wow.
So anyway,
there you go.
What I see for him is this. Well, they want to bring about total war. They want to bring out a civil war in America. They want to get the atheists and the Christians fighting, the blacks and the whites fighting, just everybody fighting against each other so that they can continue their agenda while we all die. He is going to continue to push the fight between the Muslim and the Israelis. It's just going to become more and more war. That's what we're going to see. We're already seeing people in California being moved into fairgrounds, quote-unquote FEMA camps. We're already seeing everything come into play as far as fomenting the anger and the aggression out of people. But this is going to go extraterrestrial. Barack Obama is going to come forth with the disclosure, as it were, and we're going to start to they're going to start to unveil the ideas of life on Mars. Of China and Russia are going to be launching to Mars here very soon. They'll be going to Phobos and Deimos and Mars, and this is going to spark a space race war and all-out war. But it's going to go extraterrestrial. This story it'll be asteroids next, and then extraterrestrials, and he'll be like the Morgan Freeman coming to save the day.
We've heard that some have speculated there's going to be two type of alien invasions. One, sort of a bad alien group coming down, and then the second one would be sort of a rescue team coming down to ward off those. And then those are the ones we're supposed to be making agreements with and signing Earth allegiance to. Do you see anything like that? Is there going to be different alien invasions? Will there be one central invasion worldwide? Are they going to come up from underground bases? Where are they coming from?
Yeah.
yes, yes,
and yes,
right?
A little bit of both, yeah.
They come from everywhere.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely they have a schedule for... Well, this has already occurred, actually, with Eisenhower, that when the Greys showed up and were orbiting the planet, and then they were offering us all the technology, and then a good race came and said, hey, you know, if you guys destroy all your nuclear capabilities, we will help you spiritually. We'll help you evolve. And they turned down the spiritual evolution because they did not want to get rid of their nukes. Right. And of course they were afraid because there was no stopping the Greys. There was nothing they could do against these reptilian people. Now, okay, here's the curious thing. And we started this with this artwork that I did at 10 years old. And in that picture, I have the space shuttle fighting the flying serpent. As I now progress into my 40th year and beyond, there is now what is known as exopolitics. And when you start to look into exopolitics that is run by Dr. Michael Salla, you'll find that there are two races that are fighting or have combined together to rule planet Earth. And these were the races from Sirius and from Alpha Draconis. Now, what's very curious about this is that the Syrians are known to be an amphibian race, or a merfolk, like the Atlanteans, and the Alpha Draconans are known to be as the reptilian race. So the Syrians are known for having high technology and keeping all of the knowledge for their race and all of keeping wars going in between different races, funding both sides, giving technology to both sides. And you'll find that this perfectly fits the Vatican, and that they are their own separate city-state, and their symbol, of course, the Pope, is dressed as the cult of Dagon, or the merfolk, the fish people. Then you look to the those are the Syrians, okay, with high technology and transmitting. That's why they have the deep telescopes, deep space telescopes under the Vatican and all the library and all of that. Okay, so then you have the Alpha Draconans, and they are known as the reptilian race, and this is all classified in the institutional study of exopolitics. The Alpha Draconans, known as the reptilians, are known for keeping warfare going, keeping militarism and scarcity. And of course they are symbolized by the dragon, which is the city of London, who has their symbol as the dragon.
Right.
So now we have these two city-states that represent the two extraterrestrial races, and exopolitics would not consider this same theory, right? This is my own compilation of their study with my study, is that the Vatican and City of London fit perfectly to the story of the Alpha Draconans versus the Syrians. And then you get to America, where we are Colombia, and we're going to Sirius once again. So is this a long-term agenda that is being fulfilled? I think it is. I think that what has occurred was 13,000 years ago, we entered the dark side of the great year. There's a 26,000-year procession of the equinox that we go through. We entered the dark side, facing away from the galactic center 13,000 years ago, which just happens to coincide with the catastrophes that fell and took all of life on planet Earth and sent most people underground. This is where we get the story of the Anasazi from the Hopi, or the Mayans going underground, and all of the different world catastrophe myths. Right at that point. So now we're at the other side. We're at the golden dawn, as to use the magical terms, as we enter the beginning of the next new year, the great year. And so what has happened is there's a hole in the magnetosphere that is open to be 4 times the size of the planet, and we are about to enter the most I don't know what word to use, the biggest solar flare activity ever recorded by mankind as we enter solar cycle 24, which will reach its apex at 2012. And we have a giant hole in the magnetosphere. If you start to realize all the connections between electromagnetism and magic, and the combination of electromagnetism with the pyramids, with the pyramids of South and Central America, with the pyramids of Giza, with the, all of the ancient stones have high electromagnetic effects, which of course is also HARP and our new technical type of electromagnetic effects. But what we are finding is that we're entering a new space into time, and that we are entering an interstellar energy cloud, which is causing all of the planets to heat, causing the sun to erupt on a massive scale. It's the Sun Cycle 23 was beyond 300 times what any of the scientists had predicted for solar flares, and we had massive storms, 180-mile-an-hour winds when the solar storms came in. That was in Y2K. That was when we hit the maximum for Sun Cycle 23. Now we're entering the Sun Cycle 24, but we also have this huge gap in the magnetosphere. But what scientists have found due to studies with like I can't think of the word right now, but what we find is that the depletion of the magnetosphere actually heightens psychic abilities.
Really?
So we're moving into a time now where we are becoming more and more psychic, more and more connected with things, and they want us to be disconnected. So they're keeping us distracted. They're keeping as many different type of effects going on so that we never pay attention to our own little inner self, our own soul, and the things that are going on.
I think it's written somewhere that in the end times that knowledge will be increased. So do you think that has something to do with what you just said?
Absolutely, and that's why we're ending up fighting with the different people in the research field, as we're all coming to the same conclusions, and they're going, "Hey, that was my idea." I'm like, that's the way it works. The ideas have their time, and they come to fruition. And yeah, I do think we're all picking up on the same.
Okay. All right, Freeman, we need to go to our final break here, so just stay on the Newsmaker line, please.
You got it.
All right, everybody, we have with us tonight Freeman Fly, and we're discussing HARP and Obama and Hitler, and we've got some more great questions coming up here right after the break. If you missed any of this exciting broadcast, go to the edgeam.com website tomorrow, where the audio and the video will be uploaded for your re-enjoyment. If we haven't had a guest on the program or a topic you would like discussed, go to the edgeam.com website and click on the drop-down link and submit that to us. My name is Daniel Ott. You can expect the best in guest every Saturday night right here on the Edge's website. And don't forget the edgetube.net, where you can upload your own videos, and the Edge forum, where you can continue to talk about the guests and topics we have on the program. We're going to be right back after the break.